Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch Eaglemoss review. We're going back in the day buffet yet again and taking a look at the Star Trek Official Starships Collection Issue 40, the Enterprise 1701-B, as it appeared the only time in canon in Star Trek Generations, but it has been in novel sense, and we are going to take a look at this. Now, yes, we did previously take a look at the XL. I'll put a link in the description to that review down below if you want to check that out. It is one of my earlier reviews, but we are looking at the standard model this time, which came first. And before we get into the model, you know what we usually do. We usually take a look at the magazine, so we are going to get right into that. I'm going to move the Enterprise B off to the side. It's going to be lost in space like the beta canon said it would. And there, of course, we have the Star Trek Official Starship Collection Issue 40, and there it is. It's the Enterprise B. It is an Excelsior class, as it was always intended to be, launched in 2293 at a length of 467 meters with a crew complement of 502, which is just over the maximum loadout of the Constitution class Enterprise, I do believe. And there we have our table of contents: design the ship, filming the saucer crash landing on screen, and then of course we have our stand instructions right there. And then we have a nice frontal orthographic view of the Enterprise B. It is the Enterprise 1701-B. It's an Excelsior. We think we've done this before. It is launched in 2293 at a length of 467 meters, 32 decks, 502 crew, Type 8 phaser arrays, photon torpedo launchers, and Captain John Harriman. Though I believe in the beta canon, Demora Sulu did take the captain chair for a while, as did somebody else, but nevertheless, now we have our central area of the nacelles, we have our lower view of the deflector area, we have our impulse engines right there, and we'll move in, then we have a nice shot of the Enterprise B. After its launch, the U.S.S. Enterprise 1701-B performed a rescue mission that resulted in the loss of James T. Kirk, and then we have Kirk and Scotty being interviewed. This was such a cool scene, so hilarious. And then, of course, we have the Enterprise B in the Nexus. We have John Harriman talking to Captain Kirk, getting some pointers. And then, of course, we have Captain Sulu sleeping. And then we have the damage to the Enterprise. We have our nice, I love these L-Cars type displays. These look really cool, all the technical details of the Enterprise V. And then, of course, we have our orthographic view layouts, which I also enjoy. It is the Enterprise V. Sure, she does have these more than those. We have Demora Sulu as well. And then we have a nice illustration of the Enterprise B, designing the Enterprise B. Notice that it was always intended to be an Excelsior class. Very few concept drawings for this. And of course, we have the damage in there. We have the studio model sitting in its space dock, the studio space dock model. And we have the saucer crash landing, the epic crash from the end of the movie, crashing on Veridian 3. And then, of course, we have a little bit of an on-screen, and then they finish off with a lower orthographic view of the Enterprise B. So let's get into the ship itself, and real quick, this was one of those stands that broke. I have since glued it. I actually refilmed this because I initially thought the stand was broke for good, but I have since fixed it, and it just clamps on right in between the... put it in the wrong area, right on the impulse engines, just like that. But we're going to take it out. We're going to take a look at the ship. And this is a really beautiful ship. She's not that big. I mean, the Enterprise B is a rather long model in general, so it's not that big, but it does have quite a bit of weight. In fact, I can feel, and it looks like the saucer's trying to come up, but I can feel a good amount of weight. There's probably some metal in the saucer area, which looks really good. This model is loaded with color. So again, we got some nice teal right over here, surrounded in black. Looks really good. You got the little bridge dome with a little touch of silver right there, and of course our little phaser arrays done in a nice, they're like kind of like a gold. Same thing with the RCS thrusters, kind of like a more gold versus the yellow we're used to seeing. You got some little Aztecing all over the little indents where the saucer panels are on there. Looks really good. U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701-B looks really good. Again, the subtle grays, and there are lots of nice subtle coloring on this model. And if we come to the back of focus camera, we can see some nice red in there. Looks like painted red for the impulse engines. Looks really good. I love how they have that black outline. That is nice attention to detail. And then if we come down the side, we see a bunch of window indents and whatnot all along the ship, looking really good. You got the pennant on there, Starship U.S.S. Enterprise, and there we go. We got the little Federation pennant right on there. And if we move to the bottom, you got a nice more that teal outline. You got NCC-1701-B, again, more more gold for the RCS thrusters. Really nice detailing on the lower sensor dome. Looks really, really good. Again, just this nice little gray outlining. looks awesome. If we move on to the reflector, it looks like it is painted in there in a nice teal blue. That does look very good. It's painted very accurately too. Again, more gray outline, got some Aztecing on there, and then you got some teal at the bottom. You got some detailing down here, even got the little Enterprise right there. That looks good. And again, more detail, more teal detailing down here into some molded detail going towards the back. If we move on to the nacelles, you can see you got some clear teal plastic. It does look very good. Same thing for the Bassard collectors, just kind of sandwiched in there, but it does look extremely good. Are they painted? Can't tell. I'm not sure. Not sure. I think they are clear teal plastic. Same thing with the warp coil area, and that does look good. The otherwise plain upper part of the star drive looking really good. I got this nice red outline here going onto the nacelle pylons, which absolutely looks very good. Again, this model, the theme is attention to detail. It's done so nicely. You got all these subtle colors all over, and it just looks absolutely sublime. It looks really good. Got the detailing on the back, NCC-1701-B, if the camera will ever focus. That looks good right there. Nacelles look pretty well aligned, but I've never had an issue with nacelle alignments on the Enterprise or the Excelsior style models, so there we go for that. And yeah, no, just overall really nicely detailed for a standard model in the collection. And we're going to bring in the Enterprise B XL as our only comparison. Of course, you can see, I mean, the XL just makes it worth it for the size alone. Not too much. The standard model is pretty well detailed, but you can just see that the size of the XL, it's one of those XLs that this ship really did need an XL to realize the full potential. You do got some clear plastic into the deflector for the XL model. There we go for that, for the nice front view. And trying to finagle two very awkward ships. And if we get it in from the side, you can see how that looks. But again, if the standard model is within your budget, it is not skimping at all. That is a really solid model. You can just see that it really competes with all the details with its XL counterpart, which cost over twice the price. So again, just a quick comparison. So let's sum it up on the Eaglemoss official Star Trek Starships Collection Enterprise 1701-B, the short-lived ship from Generations. And overall, this is a really solid model. It's very nicely appointed, got lots of subtle coloring in there, lots of subtle details. It even competes with details with the XL version of itself, which is really cool and almost unheard of as far as some Eaglemoss models are concerned. So again, a really nice piece overall. The weight is really good. It does have a little bit of clear plastic for the extra premium touch. So hands down, a solid recommend from me, especially if you just want a relatively affordable, available version of the ship. Don't feel like you're missing out if you're not getting the XL, because the standard model really is well built and really well done in itself. And that is going to conclude this review. So you guys know what to do at this point. If you found this review fun and informative, let me know by hitting that like button down below. That helps me out and I do greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, consider joining my federation and subscribing to my channel. I do Eaglemoss relatively regularly. It is my biggest playlist on this channel. I'm going to link you in the description down below. So if you are new here, you can check out all the reviews I've done on tons of Eaglemoss ships and more to come. We do Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, and we even got some Orville coming whenever it gets here. But that being said, that is going to about wrap it up. I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Live long and prosper. And we got this all done before Tuesday.